What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we're going to be talking about the new bold set coming tomorrow in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, lads. And this set right here, you guys can see the cards. There is one card that's missing. I'm not sure who it's going to be, but if they're advertising Jeff Teague, it's probably not going to be that great a card. Let's be real. If you're advertising Jeff Teague, whoever the sixth player is probably not going to be great. At the same time, though, Jeff Teague is kind of popular now, so maybe it's just because he's there for the Eld podcast. But yeah, so let's see how people are reacting to this. So, you see, finally a big man, holy mid, more gambling. I mean, these cards are free. I don't know what people are going on about more gambling for. Finally 76, 96, 10 in game this year. I genuinely am kind of looking forward to this set. So, if we look at these cards, does Teague have a card in the game this year? So, yeah, Jeff Teague does have a card in the game. And the problem is that he's got a STEPH Mikhailuk base. Like, he doesn't even have his own base. He's got a STEPH Mikhailuk. Normal leaner, pro dribble style. He's 6'3" with a 6'7" wingspan, though. He already gets a passable 3-ball, passable driving. You just never know with a card like this. He actually has potential to be mediocre. He's not going to be good, don't get me wrong. But, like, the longer the game goes on, the more that pro dribble styles, like the push cross, the really quick one, can be effective because people aren't expecting it. I don't expect him to be any good. He's got decent-ish dunks. But at the same time, I actually don't think he's going to be as bad as he's going to be expected to be. I don't think he's going to be good. I don't think he's going to be absolutely unusable. But this guy here is what I would say probably, I think, going to be one of the most slept on cards. And it's Gerald Green. If you guys have used Gerald Green this year, it's just the jump shot. It is the jump shot. Like, I remember trying to use this card at the start of the year. The jump shot's real good. So, Jaden McDaniels, Justin Holiday. The upper is very easy to green. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe it's a bit different this year. What was his release last year? I actually am willing to say maybe I'm mixing him up with last year's card, because I'm like, I definitely wouldn't have used this card. Last year's release was really good. Jalen McDaniels, Justin Holiday on quick. That was a really good release on this 96 overall. I still don't think it's going to be bad. He's going to get mediocre defense. Like, his defense is going to be probably in the mid-80s. His 3-ball is going to be 90+, and his dunk is going to be probably 98. With 92 or 93 speed. That's still going to be pretty nice. So his other animations, LeBron dribble style, the pro behind the back, like, he's not terrible with he's going to have hot zones everywhere. So at least you're looking at like a 6'7" wing who's going to be able to shoot the ball a little bit. He's going to be able to dunk the ball really well. He's not going to be terrible. He's probably going to be a worse version of the Terrence Ross card that we got during the week. So that's not the worst thing in the world. So then we've got Stevie Franchise. And Steve Francis, this is last year's Steve Francis. This card stunk. But the thing is, I will say when it comes to Steve Francis, is that some people were big fans of this guy here when he came out as the salary cap, I think, reward. But the whole thing is that he's going to get a new dribble style. The Levine dribble style is kind of killer, but he gets the Stevie size up, which is the best size up in the game, or at least one of them. He's going to get the normal leaner. At worst, it could be better. He's already got a decent behind the back. And his stats, like, you're looking. For Season 3, this isn't the worst defense in the game. 95 dunk, 88 3-ball. Like, 95 speeds. That's what he's getting at a minimum. So he's getting these at a minimum. Good chance he gets better in a lot of these. And his defense obviously going to be much improved. So these defensive stats going up into the 90s, as well as his speed being maybe a bit higher, the 3-ball going into the 90s and the dunk going up to like 98, 99, he can be decent. Like, he's going to be that 6'3" athletic point guard. There is a million of them in the game. There's going to be a million of them in the game. Russell Westbrook will eventually be that. Donovan Mitchell will eventually be that. Like, there is literally what we used to call them the 6'3s back in 2K20, where there were about 10 dudes. Like, Derrick Rose was the same. Like, he's not going to be any different than this guy. In game, he's going to play no different to D Rose. Obviously, Rose is going to have the Hall of Fame's advantage. I mean, that's really it. He's going to play the exact same as Derrick Rose. They're going to do the same thing. So, yeah. That's about the level he's going to be at. Kenyon Martin has potential to be legitimately the most slept on card that we're not getting excited for in this game. First of all, he plays small forward. He's 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan. And if you've used this card here, this release is slow. I will say the Svi Mikhailuk base with Thanasis Antetokounmpo upper is slow. But you go and put that release on very quick, it might be decent. Because it's extremely greenable. Like, this card here is really decent. Was really decent for his time. This 91 overall Amethyst card. And now, you're going to be looking at every one of these defensive stats in the 90s. You're going to be looking at speed in the 90s. And you're going to be looking at all these stats in the 90s. With an elite dribble style, you're going to be looking at, or at least a better dribble style in basic. Normal leaner's fine. And you're going to be looking at a whole bunch of Hall of Fame defensive badges. Like, I legit thought this dude here could compete when he came out. Like, if you guys have been watching the videos that I was making on this New Year's resolution set, like, I initially was kind of low on it, but he was one of the reasons why I eventually became so high on the set. It was like, dude, 10k and 23 pointers, which is easy for a card that's this good. And you can imagine all these stats going mid-90s. All these stats going into the mid-90s. And you're suddenly looking at one of the better all-around small forwards in the game. You're looking at a guy who is build-wise an equivalent to a LeBron James. Like, you're looking genuinely at a guy who has potential to be the best free small forward in the game. Like, is he going to be anything, like, unbelievably out of this world good? I doubt it. I think he's going to be a really, really good card. And then we have got the Bill Russell fella. So if you've used this card here, you know that there's, like, most people haven't used this card. Let's be real. I don't know why I'm saying, oh, if you've used this, you know. It's like, no one's used this card. I'm going to tell you about this card. He rebounds better than everybody else in the game. Or he did at his time. We were at the stage where 92, 93 were decent stats. Or were very good rebound stats. Same with half rebound chase. But there were other guys with similar. He out-rebounded them. He even out-rebounded your David Robinsons. And look at his defense. So this is him at Amethyst. He's going to go up defense-wise to 99 or 98 everything defense. You're looking at a guy who's going to be a Rodman equivalent. And as far as the three-pointer goes, it has to be at least decent. This is a good release, by the way. This Mason Plumlee Chelsea Gray release, it's pretty decent. Like, it's actually, like, if you've used Larry Sanders, Dikembe, it's their uppers that are the problem. He's going to get a dribble style. It's going to be on very quick. Hopefully he gets better than the basic leaner. His free throw is not great, but his inside scoring is going to be good. He's going to get every single defensive badge in Hall of Fame. And I do want to just look at Bill Russell last year. And I get it, it was a card that was in packs. But, like, this is what 99 Bill Russell looked like last year. 84 3-ball, 95, 86 ball handle, 98 rebound, 98 defense. I can see him looking like this. I genuinely, obviously he's going to get a few more badges, but I can see stats-wise Bill Russell looking very like this. Obviously he's not going to get Eric Pascal, Kobe Bryant, although 2K, you want to give him Eric Pascal, Kobe Bryant, no one's going to complain about that. But obviously last year he was a small forward, power forward. But I actually do think that that's probably in and around what this card's going to look like. You're going to be looking at like 95 speed, 3-ball, somewhere between 78 and 85. And all the defensive stats basically being on 99 or 98, with every defensive badge there on being on Hall of Fame. So yeah, that's probably what we're looking at, as well as some good gold badges. So a real good card. Honestly, when it comes to these cards right here, I'm excited. None of these cards are horrendous animations wise. None of these cards should be unusable animations wise. And I'd say, I think Kenyon Martin and Bill Russell have the potential to be like elite. And I don't just mean elite for free cards, I just mean elite period.